Hi, everyone. I see there's one person watching, and I see Shanette. Awesome. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that I am live and that everyone can see me. It is not Elaine today. I'm not Elaine. Hello. I am Brynne. I am Elaine's daughter. My mom and my brother are in Portugal right now for a mastermind working on another area of expert color solutions. Hi, Sarah. With our mentor. So I am taking over the chat this morning, and I haven't done this in so long. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Carolyn. I see so many beautiful insider members in the chat, so this is awesome. So hello, everyone. Good morning. If you received the email today, you'll see that I am the special guest, and today we're going to be talking about your online presence. So I know that online presence is something that a lot of stylists shy away from. It can be really intimidating if you didn't grow up in the age of the internet, or if it's new to you. So I wanted to hop on here and talk about how important it really is to have a wonderful website. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but a seamless process that everyone can visit your site, know who you are, know what services you offer, and it is clear on exactly how to book. And then how clients right now are finding people that they want to see for their hair, not only just hair, but their other services. Oh, thank you, Tammy. My hair's growing out. My mom just did my color while she was back here doing some things. We have the wedding coming up. I'm getting married in a couple weeks, so I very much appreciate that. We're going to be talking more about specific website design, and then also Google searches, how clients are finding the people that they want to see, and then also a little bit about Instagram and some of that as part of the online presence as well. So I'm going to start by asking in the comments, how many of you have a website? So you're either working for a salon that has a website, or hi, Suzanne. Oh, Gina, awesome, from the Philippines. John, hi, John. How are you, John? So I want to see in the comments that you have a website. Put yes in the comments if you have a website or your salon has a website. And okay, Tammy, I've Gloss Genius. That's the next words out of my mouth are that is not a booking website. So Gloss Genius is great. It's a wonderful booking site. Let's see, website with my salon and personal work. Insta, awesome. Yes, yes. Lori, yes. Great. Website with my salon and personal work. Not my own, the salon I'm in. So Gloss Genius, this is a great thing to touch on because I think so many people think that the Gloss Genius site is a website. And it is because it's online, but it's more of the booking process versus having a full website. And so many people make this mistake. And it's not a bad thing per se, but it's just not getting you to either the audience that you could be having, and it's not necessarily giving the client the experience of booking with you, because it's pretty generic to everybody else that has a Gloss Genius website. I know Gloss Genius does this. I think Mind Body might do this, and I think Vagaro also may do this, where they have their own Facebook page. Okay, John says he has a Facebook page. That's okay. You're still on something. Okay, so Mary has a Squarespace site. Shanette says, I like to have a website that includes booking with appointment reminders and point of sale. So, Shanette, these things definitely do exist. That includes like a website with online booking, but sometimes because that's an example of how the Gloss Genius site is, that includes like a website page, but it's also their online booking page as well. And like I said, sometimes when you have like an all-in-one system, it's just okay at every single thing that it does, and it doesn't necessarily provide the best results. So we'll get into a little bit about that. So that's great. Does anybody want to be brave and share your website in the comments so that I can do a screen share and kind of talk through? And I promise I'll be kind. If not, that's totally okay, but I'll give some feedback on your website and kind of talk about some of the things that you're doing really well, and then maybe some areas of improvement. Awesome, Mary. Thank you so much. Element Salon. So I'm going to go here. And like I said, I promise I will be kind. Salon, North Carolina. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Okay, so we're going to start here. Awesome. This is number one that I'm going to call out. This is great. I don't even have this on our website yet. Join our mailing list. Be the first to know about new arrivals, sales, hair, and skin tips. This is amazing because you're collecting a client's information immediately. Because how many times do people go on our site and we don't even know that they were there? Because there's no way of collecting that information. Granted, a thing to do to even upgrade that experience even more, I know I just exit out of it, was providing them something free in exchange for their email. So people are pretty stingy with their email these days. You guys, most of you are part of the Expert Color Solutions email list. We give so much free information away. We do the weekly podcast every single week. We have the weekly, this chat that you're listening to now that is totally free for everyone. We have top 10 hair color tips. We have an 18 foil technique that we give for free. You know, Elaine's very generous with her information. I actually tell her she's sometimes a little too generous, but she'll never stop being her. And, you know, in order for us, it's that exchange of, you know, we're giving all this information in order to get your information so that we can continue to provide you with the best color education there is in the business. So in this example for Element Salon, thank you, Mary, is that you want to offer something and you are offering like the first to know about things. But if that client, say I'm brand new and I've never been there before, I'm not necessarily going to see the value in finding out what's happening first in your salon if I've never been there before and I have no emotional attachment. This is my first time on your site. I'm just interested. But if you said to me, maybe get the free guide on what hair color will look best for your eye color and skin tone, and I'm a client right now that's looking through everything and trying to find the salon that's best for me because I just moved into the area, I'm probably going to give my email address up. And by you having that email, even if I never book an appointment on my own, you are able to then reach out to me. Does that make sense? Put a yes in the comment if that makes sense. And that's something that, you know, you find interesting or that's tracking for you. Yes, in the comments. I know these are always a little bit delayed. So awesome. Great. So I'm going to continue. Great that number one, this book now button is right above the fold, which is awesome because you're never going to miss it. I usually include it below the logo. That's just a design thing. That's me being really stingy, like really specific rather. But love this book now button. I'm going to open it and I'm assuming that it brings perfect to your booking page. This is amazing. You have a headshot of you. I can look at reviews in here. We're going to talk about reviews as well. We're going to talk about reviews. These reviews are great if I'm already about to book the appointment because I got here. We're going to take a look at your Google reviews in a second, Mary. But this is awesome. You have your services that I can just go through and I can book. Everything has a description. This is wonderful. It's seamless. It makes sense to me. I'm looking at all of these sessions. You have the photos as well. I think too, Mary, something that I would do once you start building the portfolio of your photos, utilizing your own pictures. Because right now I can kind of tell that these are like more stock photos, which is totally fine. But I think the more personal you can get, so the client knows exactly what they're getting from you, will make it even better. Let me make sure. Oh, let me make sure I share this tab. Sorry about that, guys. It didn't let me share. So we're on her booking page when I hit book now. And what I was saying was I love these descriptions of everything. And these were the pictures that I was talking about that once you have kind of portfolio of your own work that you can share, I'd love to see these become part of what you have done. Because a lot of these look like the stock photos that don't look as personal. So I can't really tell exactly what I'm going to get. Love this. Super easy. We're going to go back to this. All right. So I go down. Beautiful. I love that this first picture is you with the salon behind you. I can see the environment. I can see a little bit of your personality. This is a lovely picture of you. I think this is fantastic. And I think not enough people show themselves or their face on their online presence. So I think this is beautiful that this is the first one. Quick glimpse of our elements. Love that because you're Element Salon. I think that's great. Located inside my salon suite at Waverly Place Studio. So I love already that I know that you're a salon suite and I know exactly where to find you. I love that you have your phone number right here, your hours of operations right there. So I think I love that you have your what looks like some products that you use. I'm not sure if I personally would put it on the main like homepage. I may have like a tab that is specifically for, let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. That I can make this specifically for the products. So I don't know if I would necessarily put that here, but I think it's fine. I also love that you're saying what you offer. I think really nitpicky things. Again, I'm extremely nitpicky. Just like making this bigger so I know what it is. I love that this is obviously taken in your salon. This is a client of yours. You're showing off your work. I absolutely love that. Love that for the men. So you're showing that you have both. That's great. Things I would change is more about what my experience is going to be like. So I think that really having this even bigger and really highlighting that rather than the products that you use is going to benefit you even more because you're talking more about your experience, what they're actually going to offer versus the tools that you are using to get there aren't really as important to the average client. That's something that like you're kind of, that's your tool in your tool belt. I think that talking about it being eco-friendly and having sulfate-free and paraben-free formulas can go into your experience that you're having for that client. So let me see. There's e-commerce site where you can find the products to purchase. Awesome, Mary. That's great. So you even have the e-commerce on your website. That is awesome. With the general hair care, I assume. Awesome. You have the about page. More pictures of you. I love this. Whoever the photographer was is beautiful. So meet Mary with Passion for Beauty. Love that you include the phone number right away as well. So for this, I would just say, welcome to Elements Salon. I wouldn't even say the website. I would just say, welcome to the salon. Love this. What we believe is what guides us through life, limited only by my imagination. I've always loved the art of creating something beautiful out of the not so beautiful and improving on something that's already beautiful, even if it is only one simple addition that others haven't noticed as being possible. I love this. Mary, if you don't mind sharing in the comments how you came up with this and what kind of led you to writing this beautiful What Drives Me, because I think this is so great, especially for solo suite owners like Mary, to how you're really differentiating yourself from all of the other salons and suites, even in your own building. So you can't really, you can't really compete on location because you're all right there. You can maybe compete on price, but that only goes so far. And you're either undercutting yourself or you're robbing the client. Uh, and that can be really hard to kind of keep up with. And you can compete on some of like your offerings and what you specialize in. But I think that when people go for who you are, you're really the only you. Let me put this up here. You're really the only you. So people really are going for you and getting to know you. So I love this, Mary. And I think it's so awesome that you have such a passion. You've been in the industry for so long. And I just want to shout out to everyone, Mary, that if you've been in the game since 1978, I can probably assume that you were not someone that grew up with the internet or with Instagram or with websites or with technology. If you've been in this game since 1978 and you have a beautiful website. So again, it can be really intimidating to go through technology, but I think a lot of people use it as an excuse of like, oh, I'm a hairdresser. I'm not really that like techie. That's why I love my job. I work with my hands. Oh, I've always relied on referrals, which we're going to get to in a second. I don't really need anyone to know me or my website or anything like that. I applaud you, Mary, because you obviously didn't let those excuses get in your way, and you do have a beautiful website. So I absolutely love this. So you guys can kind of read through it. I love like that you talk about your journey. People can get to know you. And of course, not every single person on your website is going to read it. But for the client that's wavering between a couple places, they may see something in here that really calls to them, right? That really calls to them, something that really speaks to them, that they're like, you know what? I want to see Mary because I relate to her on this. And obviously she really cares and she really wants to change my look and really dive into something that no one else has seen. And I'm sick of not being seen by my current stylist. And I think Mary's going to see me. And I know that from diving into here. And Mary, I would even say, put some of this on your main homepage. Like I would take a little glimpse of that and then say, to read more about Mary, go to our about page and link your about page. So then it takes them to the full story. Because I think especially like this piece should 100% be on your main website, on your main homepage rather. Because that would draw me in immediately. That would absolutely draw me in. So that's wonderful. You list your services, which is great. Adult, hair color. So this includes, I like that your corrective color is hourly. That's great. Single root process. Good for you if application only. That's great. I don't know if clients necessarily know the term application only. So you may want to say, because this is how I'm seeing it, like I may say like blow dry to be booked separately or something like that. Love this. I think that the organization of this, I may be getting like a little loss of where things are, especially with all of this other information. What I would maybe do if you're open to it, and of course these are all just very light suggestions, is move this section down so that way your whole menu is all on one area. Same here. This looks more like a stock photo than things that you've done. So just including pictures of your work, I think would go a long way because I know exactly what I'm getting from you. Like that. Fan mail. Love this. Love that you said fan mail instead of testimonials. We say like love notes here, but love the fan mail. This is great. So you're highlighting some of your top things on here. Love this. Oh, that's awesome. So sweet. Love that you have some people's photos. Like this is huge. notes from the email box. I love this. That's awesome. Hair gallery. Great. I can actually see. Oh, that's so fun. I can actually see what you're doing and the work that you're doing. Oh, wow. I love this platinum. Oh, Mary says, I got most of my new clients from the website. Okay. Everyone tune into that. If you drifted away and you're lost and you haven't been paying attention, this is your sign to come back. I got most of my new clients from the website. Mary, if you could talk through how they found your website, I'd love to hear from you if you know how they found it. And if not, I'm going to go through an exercise to see what they might have done. So I love that you have these. The thing that I would do with this, instead of having like one long, like scroll where people have to scroll all the way down, because some of these, I mean, these are beautiful, but where I'm getting lost in the scrolling and I'm not going to want to go through, you see all of this, you can do what's called a gallery. Let me see if I can bring up the Luxe Gallery. Share this tab. So we're on the Luxe website really quick. Ours right now is have you have your holiday appointment scheduled? We can't believe it's already time, blah, blah, blah. Hurry up and book those appointments because you know everyone's going to be bitching when they can't get it, but that's beside the point. So this is what's called a gallery, and most website builders have these. So instead of them having to scroll, like, let me go back to this, scrolling. I can't really see anything because it's kind of cutting it off when I'm scrolling to one. If it's in a gallery like this, they can just shuffle through them. Or if they see something on the side, some galleries are different. They're like, ooh, this looks like something I want, brings it up. Again, super small adjustment, but you can kind of see the difference in that I'm seeing everything as it is here. Okay, so that's great. And it's great that you have all of your own photos. And I think integrating them into some other areas of your website is perfect. News and musings. I'm interested in this part. News and musings, keeping you in the know, chasing the dream. Oh my gosh, Mary, I love this. I love this. It's one musing, but who cares? I have dreams. Being a hairstylist does take constant work, constant education. You're telling your story. Do you have a dream? Who or what is pushing you toward that dream? I love this. It's a conversation starter. I hope that you talk about this behind the chair with your clients, because if this is your brand online, we'll talk about too, maybe in a future episode, of like how you have to show up, that if you're on your brand online as Element Salon and you're about dreaming and doing and being passionate, I hope that when people come to you, and I'm sure it is like this, Mary, that people feel that in exchange. People feel that they are getting more of you in person than they are in line. You change out the news and musings every month. Mary, that is, love that. What I would even dare to say is, instead of changing them out, I'm so glad that you stepped up as an example. And I don't want people to be overwhelmed by the fact that she has so much information on her website. But I think that you should be inspired rather, because again, Mary didn't grow up with technology. And Mary is out here updating her news and musings every single month. So I think instead of taking the old ones out, I think building it as a blog would be even better for you. And you update yours more than mine. I mean, I've been really bad. Let me see. With present, with the Luxe website, for example. Let me see. I have the Luxe letters. So my last one was in July. So, you know, this is where I have our musings, as you will, but they're the Luxe letters instead. So, but as you can see, it goes back to an archive where you can see all of the past ones. And I have, different things going along and all that stuff as well. Oh, you said that you do have a blog inside the website as well. All right, Mary. We're going back to there instead. Awesome. So we're going back. Yep, I see your blog. Awesome. So I'd be curious to see with your news and musings, do you allow your news and musings each month to be the theme of the month behind the chair? That kind of like, I'm wondering what is differentiating this piece to the blog, for example. So I think that is the question I would have for you. Going to the FAQ, this is great. Again, I would say, I'm assuming that this is a stock photo. I'd love to see some of your work showcased again. I'm just going to keep saying that. We also have a no children's policy, so this is great. Do you offer consultation, clean or dirty hair? These are great. So all of the common FAQs that people have, Mary is already answering them online. And this is a great point to say. Again, very rarely is a new client going to go through every single ID, every single piece of your website. However, when somebody asks you a question or something like that, you can refer them to the website. Oh, can I bring my child to my color appointment? Actually, no, blah, blah, blah. And if you have any other questions, go to our FAQ on our website. I guarantee the answer is there. And then anything else that you may need from us, don't hesitate to reach out. This, especially when you are a solo suite owner, when you don't have a front desk or you don't have to rely on, having everything streamlined like this is super, it's just going to save a lot of time for you. So I love that you have this. We have them as well. And then let me see your blog, helping you understand the dynamics of the beauty industry. Love this. 7 common questions I get asked now answered. Great. These are wonderful. This is also, yes, a great idea for directing clients to the website. Awesome. I'm glad that you think so. So this is also really good content that I hope that you're using on Instagram. Because, for example, this, how often should I get a haircut? That's a post. How often should I wash my hair? That's a post. For those of you in the comments right now, again, if you went to Sleepyland, come back, because I hear so many people all the time, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to post on Instagram. Literally post. Mary just gave you 7 different ideas on what you can post. So I hope that for everybody that we follow, I see at some point this week, somebody posts about how often should I get my hair cut. And it can be, if you're not brave enough yet to get on video, that's totally fine. It can be a picture of a beautiful blowout. And in the caption, it can say, how often should you get a blowout? And your specific answer. How often should I wash my hair? Is my hair thinning? That's a huge one, especially after COVID. I feel like I lost so much hair. Thank God I have curly hair, because it really, yes, can I post Mary's website? Yes, she's elementssalonnc.com. Mary, you're inspiring everybody. This is awesome. Let's see, elementssalonnc.com. I just posted it there. So go through these. Like, why is my hair thinning? Again, I'm so glad that I have curly hair. A lot of people are having this issue. So if you can be a solution to them, they're going to love you. And that's such an easy thing to put on your Instagram that doesn't require a ton of thought, because again, you are the expert. You are the hairstylist. You are the expert. Your clients are not, and they're looking for you for that information. And if you're not giving them that information online, in your chair, they're going to find it somewhere else. And we are in a very competitive time where there is so many options for people to go to. You want to be the go-to person. So this is great. All right, we're really getting into it. I really love this website. Men's grooming. So this is what she was talking about with her online store. I think it's brilliant. We also do this. because maybe it's not the online store though, because this says sold out. Let's see. Oh yeah, yep. She does have the online store. So Mary, if you could in the comments, did you create this or did you use the brand's store? Because like, for example, we have a referral program with Virtue. So I'll say here, shop products, Virtue. So I'll just kind of show you what we have. We have this with Virtue. So when our clients want to shop with us, we get a check in the mail for this, but I don't have to ship the packages. I'm not in my, in the basement packing things up and running to the post office. Okay, so she created this. So Mary, are you then, because this is, I think, brilliant if you have the time for it, are you then receiving these orders and then packing them and shipping them yourself? Because I think this is a great way to make, because you just make so much more money this way by having your own online store. It just does create a little bit more work. But if you're organized, or if you have a spouse or a child or something like that, pausing on that, a child, this is a great opportunity actually. If you are your own business, if you have a child that could pack orders for you, you can actually pay your child up to $12,000 a year as a business owner, and it gives you tax benefits as well. So they have to do work. They have to be doing something. You can't just pay them for anything. But if you have a child or a grandchild that you can pay to pack these orders for you, it gives them some pocket money. It gives you a tax break. And maybe they put it in an account or they invest it or something like that. And that is how we create future generational wealth within our families. Because I know as stylists, it's harder because you don't have a pension or you don't have a retirement fund and you're funding all of your own things to be able to find those little ways that you can do so. So she says, yes, I purchase the retail and sell online as well. Awesome. This is great, Mary. This is awesome. And how much do you usually sell online? I'm curious because I think that this is a great opportunity for people. And if you don't have the time to pack things up or you don't have a kid that you can do it, a lot of brands now have their own referral sites that you can make a percentage. So for example, with Virtue, like we get 30% rather than like the 50% that we do at home, but I don't have to pack anything up or add anything extra. So I love that you do this. Awesome. She just mailed out a package to California yesterday. This is great. And do you charge them? Do they pay for their own shipping as well, Mary? Because I think this is great too. So yeah, so this is great. And that just goes to show you too that people will buy from you if you make it convenient for them. Because if they want to support you, they're going to support you. But if you make it convenient for them, they're going to want to do it even better. And she has a flat rate shipping. Awesome. So no matter what you're shipping to them, you do flat rate shipping. This is amazing, Mary. I think it's a great thing that you're doing. And I'd love to talk to you further about this. Maybe Elaine should have you on the podcast if you're open to it. Because I think that is, I'm gonna write this down. Or at least like talk within the insiders and inner circle, because I think that these are all great things that you're doing. Awesome. You of course have your contacts. This is great. I assume this goes right into your email inbox. You have your phone number. Mary, what I would do too is you can usually hyperlink your phone number so that way when people click on it, if they're on their mobile phone on your website, it calls you right away. Because sometimes I know that if it's inconvenient for someone to actually like hit the button, have them call, that some people are really that lazy that they're not going to want to like copy and paste the number and then put it in their phone or write it down and then call you. So just something to do with all these phone numbers. I think you said you use Squarespace. So within Squarespace, you should be able to if you highlight these and hyperlink them. If you look it up on YouTube, anything like, it cracks me up because most people think that like I know exactly what I'm doing off the top of my head. I just Google and YouTube things a lot. So if you don't know something, you can usually find it on there. So I just type in like, how do you hyperlink a phone number on Squarespace? So that's a great option as well. Okay, so awesome. I know I took up a ton of time on Mary's, but I think that this is, ooh, what's the sign-in situation? Do clients have their own portal? I'm going to wait for you in the comments because I'm very intrigued by this. If your clients have their own portal. Right now, while I'm waiting for this, I'm just going to go through who's learning something from this. Put one thing that you learned from our chat in the comments. Okay, she said, yes, clients have their own portal if they want. All right, Mary, what is in the client portal? Danielle said, I am. Awesome. Hi, Danielle. So clients have a portal open. I'm so intrigued by this. And is the portal specific to them or is it specific to your website? Because this is something like I would love to be able to have client portals where people can log in and see their like history of what they want to do, access to previous orders. Okay, so it's more for the store part. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Access to all their previous orders and it's easy to reorder. So you don't have to. Awesome. That's great. I love that. Because what I imagine, and I wonder with the new business that we're building, tease, if I can somehow integrate this into it, because I would love to have a portal that clients can go into that has like their year journey or what, what their future goals are and like notes of like, okay, like we talked about because you want to be blonde and you literally have black hair that you need to come every like 6 weeks for the next year or whatever, that's like in the portal or something like that. So I'm gonna put that, but this is great. Okay, John, I need to learn more. I'm going to stop sharing. So Mary, I'm so glad that I picked you and that you volunteered first for your website because this is great. I think that people are really learning a lot and I was able to speak a lot to it. Danielle, I'm learning I need to step up my website game. Tammy, amazing information. Suzanne, I'm not too old to attract new clients. I figured I'm too late in the game, 39 years selling. Never too late, Suzanne. Never too late. And you're always going to find people that are attracted to you rather than the person next to you if you can differentiate yourself and if you can make what is you with you center stage. Oh, I'm really glad, Mary. That's great. And I wanted to touch on, and I'm going over, now I know why my mom rambles forever because it's really easy to. I'm constantly making fun of her. So I apologize, Mom. I know you're probably watching this in Portugal because you can't take off of work. Okay, so I wanted to go back to this because that goes off of Suzanne's. So they found me by searching close to me stylists, found the My Salon Suite site where they chose me because I'm the only one who has a real website they can find and search out. I could not have planted you better, Mary. And I hope that you can vouch for that this was not pre-planned at all. That this right here, whether you're a salon suite or not, whether you're in a salon or not, this is the reason right here. Thank you, divine timing. I didn't even have a plan for today. I was like, I know it's all going to work out. I know that I'm going to talk about websites. I just didn't know exactly what I was going to talk about. They found me by searching for close to me stylists. So that was number one, Google. That was number one, Google. Google reviews for us, I just did the math this morning. I looked at our last 300 virtual consultation forms. So on our website, if you're a new client, before you can even book anything, if you're interested, you have to fill out a virtual consultation form online. That's uploading pictures of your current hair, followed by pictures of hair that you want, along with a history of your hair. In the Hair Color Secrets Insider, there's a whole lesson on this of how to create your own, how to build that, and what that looks like. So in ours, 28% of people, so 85 out of the 300, found us through a Google search. So I'm going to see, and Mary, you are located, I know, in North Carolina. So you're in Cary, North Carolina. So let's just see. Let's just go through the process as if we are those clients. Okay, so let's see. Google.com, hairstylist near me in Cary, North Carolina. Okay, so I'm going to say this. Most people are going to go to what Google shows them. Okay, Trinity Salon and Boutique has 865 reviews. Maybe in a future episode, I'll talk about why reviews are so important, and not just within your booking, like I was highlighting Mary's, but also on Google, because that's what's going to push your rankings. Okay, so Trinity Salon and Boutique, boom. They have 865 reviews. They have 4.9. They're over 7 years in business. I'm probably going to click on theirs first, right? And I'm going to be like, okay, website. I don't know these people, so we're just going to see what happens. Okay, beautiful website, branding. It's like a little, yogi action, some chakra situation, very clear on what they offer. Treat yourself language, coming in wine and surroundings that include instant calm. So this is very calm, yogic. Like this is a salon that I would probably want to go to depending on what their work looks like. And they're not highlighting any of their work, so I still don't know if they're good or not. So hopefully in this cut and style, I can see photos. So I'm still not seeing photos. Products I don't really care about. Okay, so here, I still haven't even seen a photo of it. I'm not sold as a new client. So that's why, Mary, I was saying, and for everybody watching, highlighting pictures on your website is so important, because the product that you're selling is the hair and the experience. So hopefully their Instagram has a bunch. Okay, cool. All right. They look like they know what they're doing. I don't see any curls like mine or anything like that, but it looks like they do beautiful work. So that's kind of the process that I would do, that I would go through. So I'm going to go back. And if this didn't really catch my eye as I'm a new client, I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to go right down to the next one. And then the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So again, not only your website, but also your Google reviews are so important for attracting new clients. Because if they don't know anyone in town, if they're new to the area, if they have no one that is going to kind of show them the way, they're highly reliant on what the internet is saying. 80%, there's a statistic, it's like 80%, I believe, of individuals are heavily reliant on the internet for their purchasing decisions. Okay. Oh, I wish there was a workaround for Google My Business. I'm a booth runner and I tried to use Google My Business, but Google wouldn't allow me to use the salon location. Only one person can. Ooh, I'm writing this down. This is a great point. I didn't even think of this, Shawnette. That is a great point. I'm going to look into this and report back maybe in the newsletter if it's possible, because that's really going to hurt a lot of salon suites, and that's not going to be good for you guys. It's great for the salon, the regular salon owner, to kind of have that advantage, but it's definitely, that's not great. So thank you for sharing. I'm definitely going to look into that. Mary, the one thing I do have a hard time with is getting clients to give Google reviews. Funny you should say that. We are working hard and diligently to be able to set up a system in which it assists you in doing so. So I won't say too much on that, but teasing that a little bit. But that is something that we're working on right now. It's something that's super important moving forward. What if you have clients that don't have any technology? All right, Tammy, I'm going to say something, and I don't mean it in a mean way, and it might sound a little crude. If you don't have clients that have any technology right now, I'm assuming, and this is completely an assumption, that they're an older client. Unfortunately, older clients do not live forever. We were actually talking about when my mom was back in town and she was doing people's hair here when she stepped in for Alicia when she was out on leave of absence with her father being sick. So many of the clients that she used to see all the time are either, she was asking where they were. And I was like, you've been gone for 5 years. A lot of these people passed away, unfortunately. And a lot of them also are suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's, or they're in a home and they're not going out to get their hair done anymore. So if you have a whole population of clients that don't utilize technology, and I'm assuming because they are old, and you did say in the comments they are old, unfortunately, that means that your clientele may be aging out of getting their hair done, whether it be from disease, death, moving into a home. So you are even more in a position that this is important to you to be able to fill your chair with new clients, because they unfortunately are not going to go to you forever. And it's really sad. It's really very upsetting. But my mom was actually so surprised at how many clients passed away in the 5 years that she was gone. I mean, people had full marriages, got pregnant, and have 2 kids at that time. And in the same breath, there's also people that have passed on. So I think that that's a great thing. So like Annalie, I have a lot of older clients, and there's nothing wrong with having older clients. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Everybody at every single age deserves to feel beautiful, seen. I think we live in a culture that old people are not respected. They're not revered in the way that they need to. Yeah, or Danielle says, or they move to Florida, or they move closer to their family for care. But we live in a society where people really cast aside older people as if they don't exist or they're not important, and having a space for them to feel beautiful, show up, take care of themselves, they can be heard, seen, have that relationship is so important. So I'm not saying that you need to, quote, change your clientele at all. It's adding to your clientele. I don't think that it's necessarily changing it. I think that it's adding to your clientele so that you're not in a position that all of your clients are non-technology people, and that they may not be able to support your business if they're all older. Deborah, I think there may be a Google workaround where you can use the salon address and say studio or station B, for example. Try this. Thank you, Deborah, because I was going to look into this, because there has to be a way to do it. So we were talking about Shanette's comment about people not being able to use the Google reviews because they are in a suite. So yes, I'm going to look into this. I think that that's a great point to say, like, studio A, studio, whatever your number, anything like that. So that's great. Okay, I'm going to look through. What if there are multiple positive reviews, but one or two negative? How do you address that? So I'm going to bring up our reviews because I will brag that we have 5 stars, and I have been really working on building this new business and building some of the reviews. Color Lounge. So I need it to show up with our. So we have 5 stars, woohoo! But we only have 62 reviews. So I've been really in a state of repeating myself to the team of how important this is. And I don't feel as if it's fully understood quite yet, but I'm hoping that as I talk about, that 28% of our new clients are coming from Google, that people are seeing Google reviews, all of that it's finally going to start to click, and the new business that we're building and the processes in the backgrounds will help to get those reviews without them having to ask. More on that later. Stay tuned. But we do have lowest. We did get a 2-star review before, which I was so upset about. And I think it's more about how you respond to the review than it is about the review. So for example, this person was really disappointed. This was 2 years ago. Really disappointed in my experience just trying to get an appointment at the salon, which really bummed me out because I felt that Jess seemed really knowledgeable and helpful, but I tried to make an appointment for a virtual consultation and the communication was so poor that I won't be going here. This is why communication matters. This is why we're building a business right now that is going to automate a lot of this. A lot of this is what is shaping what we're doing moving for the future so that this doesn't happen to people, especially if you're in a salon suite where you do not have support staff. And sometimes, as you can see, the support staff does not always show up 100%. My consult was supposed to be on a Wednesday, but they rescheduled the day via text and moved it to Thursday. Then Thursday comes around and no one calls me for this virtual consult. So I call the salon trying to figure out what happened. I finally speak to the stylist who gets me on the schedule for a week from Thursday, but I received no confirmation or anything. Huge. People want confirmation. Again, we are building something. Stay tuned. Confirmation or anything. So I call the following Thursday and ask if my appointment time is still scheduled. I come to find out they scheduled me for Wednesday, 2 weeks out. Like what? The communication was so bad. You could tell they didn't care about me as a new client, just unprofessional. The biggest thing that was a knife in my gut personally, that I take personally, very personally, is number one, the communication is so bad. Communication is literally one of our biggest values here. And you'll see in my response to this person that I touch on this. Then number two, you could tell they didn't care about me as a new client. Wowza. That one also really hurt because I think we care so much about our clients here, but if it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what the client experience was. So whether she was right or wrong, and that whole entire thing was so ridiculous. So if that's the truth, that is extremely upsetting. Just unprofessional. I pride myself and our team on the fact that we are, I think, one of the most professional salons, not necessarily even in our area, but I think at least on the East Coast. I'll say that. The most professional. So seeing that was like, whoa. So in my response, and I think that this is the key to everything, was talking about this. So Casey, I'm disappointed to hear about your experience booking your virtual consultation with us. So I'm summarizing. Communication is one of our values here at Luxe, and from your stated experience, that value is not upheld to its highest standard. I appreciate this feedback as it will help moving forward to use this as an example of why clear, efficient, and transparent communication is so important. I'm sorry that you did not receive the true Luxe experience, which you can see from our other reviews is filled with one-on-one attentiveness and a boutique and personal atmosphere. We also appreciate your mention of Jess being both helpful and knowledgeable and hope that in the future you will give us another chance. I left you a voicemail with my personal cell number should you want to connect and talk further. Thank you for your feedback, Brynne. So I believe that if I'm someone and I'm seeing that 1 2-star review and I'm like, ooh, this doesn't look like it really went well for new clients. Like maybe they only really care about their existing clients. But I saw that type of response, thoughtful, talking about our values, talking about why this is not the common experience here. Personally, I'd be willing to give someone another shot. So I think it's more about how you handle those reviews and is it the truth? So like that experience happened, right? Like that's not somebody that like just felt like, pissing in my Cheerios for no reason. Like she had a shitty experience. So I think owning up to that, using it to change. So we changed our entire process based on this experience because I didn't want that to happen again. So being able to utilize that to then change so you don't get 3 negative, 4 negative, 5 negative, you know what I mean? You're stopping it in its tracks. So I think reacting to those reviews, the good and the bad, is really important. And we will talk about that more too in the future when we start to launch this new and exciting branch. So you may receive some emails in the future of some polls of things that you're really having a hard time with when it comes to, your online presence, your automations in your business. Do you do virtual consultations? Do you not? Do you even know if you have a Google My Business page? Do you know anything? So I talked for a really long time today. Mary, thank you so much for your beautiful website. I hope that some of the feedback that I gave you has helped you and also other people of adding your own work, highlighting your experience, really highlighting what differentiates you from the next person down the street. I hope that so many of you are inspired to either upgrade your website or maybe, look to build a website, which if you are interested in building a website, please email me at Brynne at, let's see if I can create this, Brynne at mysalonconcierge.com. So Brynne at mysalonconcierge.com. Brynne at mysalonconcierge.com. So if you are interested in doing that, please email me. Yes, you can reach me through Instagram. It's not keeping everything in one place is like the name of my game. So if you can shoot an email, it's much better because it's all streamlined. We'll be able to have a whole thing. I'll be able to send you forms and stuff like that to kind of keep everything organized. So yeah, if you are interested in building your website, having a new website, revamping your website, having questions about your website, anything online presence related, please email me, Brynne at mysalonconcierge.com. We're doing a couple piloted and founding kind of member options, which I'm being extremely vague about because we are not quite ready, but we are getting things in motion and things that are very, very exciting and things that are definitely going to help all of you in getting your businesses out there and helping build a successful business. So I hope to hear from you, Brynne at mysalonconcierge.com. I hope this was helpful, and I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of the week. Thank you for letting me take over, and take care.